Hey buddies, Mr. Fugly here coming at you in another Wonderlands video. Today I want to tell you about this amazing combo that's been going around the community for a bit, but it actually is a lot stronger than you think, and what we're going to be talking about is Graveborn and Spellshot. Graveborn skill tree is just nutty with Spellshot because of a certain skill and a bunch of other combos that people just haven't really thought about enough that is just going to blow your mind. But before we get into the meat and potatoes of the video, I do want to say I'm going to be streaming once Wonderlands comes out for the first 2 weeks for 5 hours plus, as well as making up to 5 videos a day. So if you're looking for Wonderlands content, this is a perfect place for you. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch on the top right. And let's get into it.
Legendary? Whoa! No way, dude!
For ease of access, I'm going to show you a skill calculator that was created by Lothric. He is a very active person in the Discord. He's a very awesome person, and I believe he's also active in the subreddit for the Wonderlands as well. So if you guys are interested, just look up Lothric Wonderland skill calculator and you'll find the skill calculator. It's very, very great at theory crafting your builds. But first, let's talk about the Capstone Graveborn and why this is going to be so nutty for Spellshot. So right off the bat, the Capstone for Graveborn is when you cast a spell, you're going to activate all of your kill skills. Now, Spellshot, granted, doesn't have a lot of kill skills that we can actually get to because we're going to have to get to Capstone. Capstone basically means is that when we go all the way to the bottom, I'm just going to be picking random skills just so you can see. When we go all the way to the bottom, we're only going to be able to get this far in the skill tree for multi-class that you choose. So you can only put 14 points into the multi-class skill tree. Because of this, there's not going to be any kill skills that we can actually activate or Spellshot, unfortunately. But that doesn't matter because the important part is that we're going to be activating Graveborn's kill skills, which are just nutty. The whole basis of the Graveborn Spellshot combo is that you're going to be able to spam your spells. So we have this kill skill just on tier 1 for Graveborn, which is crazy. 5 points, you get 25% more spell cooldown rate for 12 whole seconds. That's crazy because you're going to be able to be casting your spells. And even if you do have a spell that's maybe like a 20-second cooldown, you're going to be able to get this constantly on uptime. But the real nutty combo is using Amprihexerus because you can equip a second spell. So the combo in theory is to essentially have a really powerful spell that is in your main hand, or it doesn't really matter which hand it is, and use that as damage. And then having a repeating spell or even just a spell that has a lot of charges, use that to activate spell cooldown rate to get your powerful spell out there as soon as possible. Now, the reason why I'm gushing so much on why this is so powerful is because there's a certain skill in Graveborn's tier 1 that is absolutely insane, which is Faithful Thralls. So just 3 points, you get 9% damage dealt per companion. You're like, okay, what's your point? This is probably something that you're probably going to want on a companion build. Granted, yes, that's exactly what you're going to want on a companion build. But keep in mind that this is damage dealt for melee, ability damage, spell damage, gun damage, and I would also assume companion damage. Because damage buffs to your Fatemaker, if you are Graveborn, Spore, Warden, or Clawbringer, assuming you're one of the 3 that has the companion class feat, bonuses to your Fatemaker also applies to all your companions, as you can see right here. It says any increases to the Fatemaker's damage also applies to the companion. So your Lich is going to deal more damage, but that doesn't sound so crazy right off the bat. Okay, you're going to have a 9% damage dealt increase for all damage types. That's great, baseline. The idea is to get as many companions as possible. Down the tree, we have an ability that allows you to summon up to 3 more companions. But even without that, I don't think people have thought about this in depth enough. There is Feteors, aka the TTWL versions for Wonderlands. When you do some of these Feteor reloads, you summon a companion. Spoiler alert for the rest of the video, just in case you don't want to get any specifics on what type of companions that you can spawn. But these reloads can spawn Hydras and Wisps, and it's quite possible that we're going to get Merv variation of the Wisp, because what the Wisp does is basically spawn up and then floats around, kind of exactly how a Wisp would do, like a little spirit, and shoot the enemies. That counts as a companion. So if you get a 4 Merv Feteor that summons 4 Wisps, just right there, 36% more damage dealt just from those Wisps because you summoned 4. on top of the 9% damage dealt that you got from having your Demi-Lich. So right off the bat, you have 45% more damage dealt for everything, melee, ability, spells, guns. It's crazy. That is so insane. And then you think about Dark Hydra. Dark Hydra, every single time you activate your kill skill, you have a chance to summon a Dark Hydra, which has a duration of 10. At max level, these Dark Hydras can spawn up to 3. So we have the 4 Wisp, we have the 3 Hydras, we have 1 Demi-Lich. That's 8 companions right there, easy, increasing your damage dealt in total, just from 1 T-tier reload, 72% increased damage dealt. Now, these Wisps actually last a decent bit. Like, if you watch some demo gameplay, I think they last up to like 10 seconds sometimes. I guess it depends on your magazine. But you could throw your T-tiers multiple times. You're not just doing it once. You could probably do this more times. So you could spawn, like, I don't know what the upward limit is, but you could just keep spawning your Wisp and just constantly get a ton of Faithful Thrall stacks. Unless there's a limit that's set. Maybe there'll be a limit in the future when this is nerfed, because it sounds crazy. So let's just say we threw out 2. We have 8 Wisp spawn, we have 3 Hydras, we have 1 Demi-Lich, 12 times 9. Crazy. 108% more damage right there. That is mind-blowing. And Dark Hydras aren't hard to spawn even. It's every single time you kill an enemy, it's a 60% chance to spawn a Dark Hydra. Not only that, every single time you cast a spell, which I said before, you're gonna have a lot of cooldown to cast multiple of them. You have 2 different spells to cast as well. Every single time you cast a spell, you're going to activate kill skill, so you're gonna spawn a Hydra. And you could even use a spell that spawns a Hydra itself, so you're spawning double Hydras. It's just crazy, guys, how much damage Faithful Thrall is gonna do for you. You could even use, in theory, any combo you want. Just spec into Graveborn and just get Faithful Thralls and just use T-tiers, and you'll just get a bunch of damage increase. It's insane, guys. And this damage increase is applied to your companions as well because of his class feat, where all Fate Maker damage is applied to the companions. So your Wisp are getting damage bonuses for just being alive as well, which is so dumb. I can't stress enough that Graveborn is crazy, and this is the combo you're gonna want to do ASAP when the game comes out. This is going to be absolutely nuts, guys. I know people are talking about the Ricochet with the Spore, Warden, and Stabbomancer. That sounds lit. There's like infinite tornado stuff that you can do with Brrzerker, Smite Capstone span with Clawbringer, but this just increases your damage upwards to 100% at like almost all times is ridiculous. And this is going to be something you're going to want to do ASAP when the game comes out, guys. And as always, a big shout out to the members who make these videos possible. We have Jace Noodles, Clairvoyance, 31 bar 70, and Rick Iglesias. These are the people who support me as little as $5 a month, and you can also support me by clicking the link in the comments description or on the top right to become a member. The more members we have, the closer I get to becoming full-time, which means more videos for you guys. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye.
And the last shall be first to immerse in a pass out heat, facing him out with a moxie melt till he woke up drowning in tchotchke hell. War in a cave with a torch on a wall, then a window arrangement of porcelain dolls.